dark in here. Oh, no, that's better. Okay, I hit live, and we're 1 minute early. People are going to be... Oh, okay, there we go. 12 o'clock. How's everyone doing? Go, 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 Ben Beauregard. Good morning. Afternoon, everybody. It became afternoon, so that's technically correct what I just said. How's everyone doing? Hectorius is in the house. Okay, let's start from the beginning. DSLR Dave, if everyone noticed that the thumbnail was different today, we have custom thumbnail. Look who's in. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. We have new custom thumbs for live streams. They're beautiful. Thank you, DSLR Dave. Who else is here? DSLR Dave, Kyra Winfield, Ben Beaugrand, Kira Winfield. Let's see, we got that. No. What's up? We got regular name 73, Hectorius. Okay, you're restless? You're out. Okay. Good. See you soon. Oh. So this is before football, hopefully, and not too early for the West Coast, not too late for the Far East. Where are people tuning in from? Oh, I'm not at the ball. I'm not. Oh, it's just holy cows. Okay, so we got Sarah Bellum is here. Regular name. Kide. Hello, hello. I don't believe I've ever recall seeing Kide before, or Kid, depending on how you pronounce it. Ranzo in Japan. What's up, brother? Are you in Japan, Ranzo? Edie, is it Edie Murphy? Is it Edie or Eddie Murphy? Gonna wait for an answer there. We got Swaroop Sarvabotola. Where is he from? Simply Paris. Hello. Oh, Ranzo is in Japan. And what time is it in Japan now? Ben Beauregard is in Ile Perrot. That's in Montreal or off of Montreal. Very nice place. Wyoming, James Newland, 2 a.m. in the morning. What are you doing up so late? Edie. Okay, so everyone who sees Edie Murphy got a great channel. Her name is pronounced Edie. Oh, I'm running a poll for everyone who knows of the city that I come from, Montreal. How do you pronounce it? Montreal or Montreal? I'm running a Twitter poll. I have some bet going with somebody on Facebook who said I was pronouncing it wrong. So Winnipeg. Oh, Kara, well, yeah, what's it like in Winnipeg? Okay, so Kid says, I left it. By the way, just before we get too distracted, Kyra or Kira, we'll get to your question about image and real estate in a second. Kid says, I left a comment about 3 days ago about my anxiety on choosing a career. So I'm pretty new. Kid, were you the one, it was on a law video and you were saying you're about to study law? Swaroop is in India. What time is it in India, Swaroop? Should I put the dog back on my lap? He's irritating me here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, you're up. Okay, Kid. So I remember, you shouldn't have anxiety at this point in your life about choosing a career, just so long as it's in the general field that you anticipate wanting to be in 20 years' time. I, in retrospect, might have wanted to become a vet, but I don't think I would fare well with having to euthanize animals, even if it was the right thing to do. But that's what I would have done in my second or previous life if I could go back and do it. We got Exod Plays here. He said, I saw your drone, I think, before it crashed. Okay, what does he want to do? No, don't touch the keypad. 10:30 in India. That's not so bad. Okay, well, I'm gonna put you down. You're down now. Okay. So, Kid, you just have to make sure that it's roughly the field that you want to go into. Studying law has one major benefit is that it can be used for anything afterwards. You don't have to actually practice law. You can go into business. Having a legal background is good for any sort of business where you know the law, where you can be very value added to any enterprise. It's good for politics if you want to suffer that miserable fate of an existence. But you don't have to practice law. And if you do practice law, it's even better because you will always have that as a fallback business to do. Whiskey Throttles here. Go to the Human Rights Museum in Winnipeg. It's awesome, Kira Winfield. I'm from Edmonton and just visited there. It's interesting. Where were we that we saw the Museum of Tolerance in Los Angeles? We didn't get to go to it. So, Kid, I hope that answers your question, or I hope that sort of alleviates some concerns. You can't be anxious about things that are 40 years in the making because life has multiple trajectories despite whichever one you think you plan on taking. Come to Kenya. I love fishing, and I watch a fishing show called Hooked on Africa, and they go everywhere in Africa, and I mean, it looks beautiful. I'm neurotic about everything, like malaria, disease, lions, alligators. So we'll see. Maybe I just live vicariously through fishing shows. Kira Winfield, do you want to ask your question again now, or do you want me just to go back and reread it? Kira says that she's never been to the museum of, now I forget what the name of the museum was. The Human Rights Museum. The funny thing is people who live in a city tend to overlook their own tourist destinations or tourist items. Sarah Bellum says, Chuffed, we got a stream, been bored out of my mind at a hospital, just had a baby boy? Sarah, did you just have a baby boy child? Let's wait for an answer on this one. Can you go back? Okay, Kira, I'll go back. Okay, hold on. We're just going to let this question go. Sarah, okay, we'll get, congratulations. You're in the hospital. I just had a baby boy. Amazing. Amazing. Alexander the Great. That's a good name. So Kira's question was, you're staying. Now you're staying. I'm going to hold you down. Let's just do this. Okay, good. Stay. Kira's question was that she's in the real estate business and wants to start a YouTube channel, but is afraid of how it's going to compromise her in terms of reputation in the field. Is that a fair summary, Kira? Make another exotic fruit. This is Shreyas says, make another exotic fruit meat video. I'm going to go back to that market. To get something unique. I have a lot of material on the side that I've been shooting that I haven't gotten around to editing, but new exotic fruits or vegetables or meats are coming. So Kira, let me know if that was an accurate summary of your question. And just to relate it, you're going down. That's it. I'm not picking up again. I'm going to actually leave the room if I have to do that. Audio levels are good, by the way, everybody. You know what I love to do in live streams is it, and then nobody knows if I actually just froze or not. Okay, sound is good. Yes, hello, Dave. Thank you. Okay, so one of my biggest concerns when I was a full-time practicing litigator is that I would get in front of a judge and the judge would say, "Hey, Freiheit," or "Maître Freiheit." In Quebec, we say "Maître" for esquire or barrister, whatever. He would say Maître Freiheit, which Maître literally translates into master in French because lawyers are the masters of their files. So Maître, whatever. That he would say, Maître Freiheit, I saw your video on the weekend where you were eating bull balls and I wasn't impressed. That never happened, actually. But I was never really fully free to do everything that I wanted or had in my mind on my YouTube channel for that particular fear. I know that other lawyers watched my videos and some of them would be very judgmental and others would be very encouraging or supportive or even fans. And I found that the very judgmental ones were generally speaking the most unpleasant lawyers in the practice because I don't know what's correlative, but they either lacked a sense of humor or they took themselves too seriously and then looked down on anybody who didn't take themselves that seriously. And I suspect that is going to be the same thing in any, call it field or profession. Real estate agents, you're in commercial real estate or residential real estate, Kira? Oh, Hector's, no, you don't need a rewind. Right, one kid, KYD, had a question about being anxious about choosing a career in life. Kira had a question about starting a YouTube channel and what negative impact that could have on her professionally. Every profession, well, first of all, I know a lot of real estate agents who have channels that they use for professional purposes, but they're clearly professional channels. I know of a lot of people who are professionals and have hobby channels. Really, you're going to meet the same sort of demographic of people. Yeah, so that's exactly what I was worried about, Kira. You're going to meet the same demographic in any field, people who are going to think, or people who are going to judge you, and you don't even have to be in a field for that. I mean, if you're not in any professional field, people are going to judge you regardless. The only thing to bear in mind is what impact your content could have on your business community or on your business, call it a reputation. One thing that I'm always sort of amazed by is people who have businesses or professions that are public service like this, and they serve the general public, then they have Facebook pages or YouTube channels which are very political, which would alienate half of the people that they are intended to serve in the first place. And they say things on their social media that would cause people to look at them bizarrely on a professional front, just because it may be extreme or it may be alienating half of the people that they're supposed to serve without judgment or distinction. But no, I think that if the content is respectful and the content is interesting and compelling and creative, no one's ever going to hold it against you. And anybody who does hold that against you is going to find something equally superficial to hold against you anyhow. So there's no point in trying to please them. What else? Who else? Anybody else have any questions? Has everyone's, oh my goodness. First of all, how many people do we have here? 36? Okay, two things. For those of you who haven't done it, can I trouble you to tweet my Ichbe Azanyale video to PewDiePie, because I need to get that video to him. I'm going to do it. I'm going to become like a Twitter harasser. And if he bans me, that would be even funnier than him watch the video. But if everyone can tweet my lasagna video to PewDiePie, I would love it, because I would love for him to see it. Second thing. Has everyone seen Michael Rappaport berating the cat? I think that may have to be the subject of a law vlog or some form of a vlog, because apparently the video got taken down off of Instagram because, if we believe everything we see in Rappaport's video, he was accused of shaming the individual. Like the rules say you're not allowed shaming an individual in a video, and Instagram, I presume, is now treating the cat as an individual, and his video got taken down. But the video is so hilarious in its obscenities and profanities. And you have some dude, if anybody doesn't know who Michael Rappaport is, he's an actor who's in True Romance, Copland. What other movies was he in that are more recent than that? Whatever. And he's on Howard Stern a lot, but he's an eccentric nutcase, and he swears in this sort of Boston accent, and he's yelling at a cat because the cat is so weird looking. We got Liz Zorab, Bither Farm. Hello, everyone. Let's welcome Liz Zorab. Hold on a second. Kira said, thank you. I don't know. I haven't gotten used to that yet. I don't think anybody ever does. If anybody doesn't know who Levi Allen is, Leviallen, extremely talented filmmaker or video maker, whatever you want to call it. We don't shoot on film, but he's an extremely talented movie maker. He did a good hashtag called Run with Casey, got on Casey and got an explosion like that, but he does great stuff. His video, which he just published today, you can tell that even the most seasoned vloggers still have a bit of reluctance or hesitation in their voice when they're vlogging in public, as opposed to vlogging in the comfort of your own home where you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, you get looks. It's always a little weird, and you never really get used to it. But, whatever. It's par for the course. You live with it. We got Whiskey Throttle. Instagram took down a video at Viva Fry. Yeah, Whiskey. Apparently, Instagram took down the video of Michael Rappaport swearing, as in like looking at this cat and saying, "What is that? Is that a cat?" And I haven't laughed that hard in a while, just because also the cat. It's almost like they were a duet singing this wonderful work of art together. You have to watch it. Hectorius says, "I think Facebook can hurt your reputation faster than YouTube. It's easier to post something you'll regret. With video, you edit, you watch." It's 100% true. I mean, that's why Twitter, Facebook, Twitter in particular, just because of the nature of Twitter, is the easiest reputation career killer out there. Because first of all, sarcasm translates very poorly on the internet. To quote my wife's supervisor, neuroscientist, and it's something everybody knows. It's very difficult to tell a joke from a serious comment on the internet, and it's very easy to read a joke as a serious comment. And it's also just easier to read something in a bad tone and not get the humor that you would otherwise get through spoken word. And Twitter is reflexive. People try to be shocking, edgy, entertaining, and you say things that you regret. And Facebook as well, which is why, just sticking to a non-political content, at least you won't make any immediate life career-altering tweets if you stick to subject matter that is very difficult to be shocking and offensive in. Hectorius, Whiskey Throttle says, Hectorius, that's a good point of view. Carlin's, I don't know, I'm pronouncing everybody's name difficultly today. Yes, But what if you want to express your opinions but can't? Well, that is the catch-22 of life. You can always express your opinions, but you can't express them without consequence. And people have the tendency of thinking that freedom of speech means freedom to speak without consequences, which is not what it means. It doesn't mean you get to say what you want without having to deal with the reactions of other people and the backlash from other people. So freedom of speech is a double-edged sword. You can say what you want, but you have to live with the consequences of being able to say what you want. Renzo in Japan says, do you find benefit in being an insanely consistent on YouTube as I am in terms of growth and reach? Renzo, that's getting to where I'm getting to in terms of not burnout in the sense that like I'm going to just smash my computer and delete my account. Burnout in terms of, and I've shot the content to do this video. I'm going to have to do it this week. Burnout in terms of not working hard, but working smart. So 2 years ago, almost to the day when I was in California, for when I was celebrating having managed to wind up my commercial litigation, we celebrated with a 2.5-week trip to California for family events, but also just to hit the road. And I was at 10,000 subscribers 2 years ago. And then I said, I'm going to do daily vlogging starting with that vacation and see how long I can do it. And I just ended up doing it for 2 years, but it's not really vlogging in like the series sense. It's just I've been putting up a video a day for 2 years, sometimes 2 videos depending on if something happened. But so within that 2 years, I've gone from 10,000 to 43,000 subscribers. On the one hand, that's great growth and it's consistent growth and it's, you know, it's growth that is not necessarily common, but definitely not uncommon on YouTube, but it's not explosive growth and it's not no growth. The question is now, is the daily video beneficial to more radical exponential growth, or is it a detriment in that I still haven't picked a focus? I may be diluting some of my content by flooding it with more content. That's where I'm at mentally. I could put up a video a day in terms of time, but if growth is the issue, I'm wondering internally whether or not going to every other day with a live stream on Sunday might actually be more consistent for growth than daily videos. Also, economics and finances are a real concern, and you know, you have to make enough money to be able to do what you want, and it's one thing to be dedicated, but it's another thing to actually starve yourself to death doing what you love. Okay, hold on. James Newman, just keep trying. Have you thought about doing a film of some sort? Yeah, but that would involve either slowing down on daily, but the films, what the film is, I mean, a film is more scripted. A film is more artsy or stylistically edited. I don't like scripting things because I don't read a script well, I don't rehearse well, and I don't redo lines well. So things have to be authentic and they have to be genuine. And when you start getting into movie making, at least from the personal perspective, it ceases being not instantaneous. It ceases being spontaneous, and it starts getting into rehearsed. What's the word I'm looking for? Scripted, which I don't like when it comes to my own personal videos of myself and my life experience. Would you consider? This is Kay McGee saying, would you consider setting up a Patreon for income on video creation? Kay McGee, have you seen my video on Patreon? It kills me every day because I may regret that video in terms of cutting off my nose to spite my face. I may come back on it. I was hoping to get to the point where I could get the sponsorship feature on YouTube so that I could keep it within this sort of venue. I had my neighbor, who's also a friend, and the parents of one of my daughter's friends clearly explain to me why I'm wrong and why my position was wrong. And I think he's actually right, but I'm stubborn. And there's that, you know, the thing about posting a video on YouTube and then 3 months later posting the exact opposite, where you say you come to the conclusion which was the opposite of what you came to previously. But my friend and neighbor and kids' friends' parents said, it's like you pay for entertainment, you pay to go to the movies, you don't expect anything necessarily above and beyond the movie. It's no different than with the videos on YouTube. They are entertainment. People like them, people want to support you, and people are not going to expect anything above and beyond what you already produce for the contribution that they give. And if they don't like it anymore, they can stop contributing. And he's right. So we'll see if DSLR Dave says yes. Come back to Patreon. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so hold on. It says, Hectorius, you're giving the biggest laugh of the week. I love your recent. If anyone hasn't seen Hectorius's video where he has good comedic laughs that are good-spirited and insightful, go check out Hectorius's video. It was called, I hear someone coming in. I hear someone coming. She's not coming into the kitchen. Oh boy, Hectorius, if you, I think you can post links in here, right? Hectorius, post a link if you can. Oh, here she comes. Hectorius.
Kitchen.
Yeah, it's quieter in here. What are some? Okay, so Simply Paris says, what are some tips you can share for coming up with new video ideas? I feel like that's my main struggle, is coming up with the video that people actually want to see. So this is an interesting thing, Simply Paris, sorry. People who treat YouTube like a science will do things literally like they will look on YouTube, not YouTube, Google, and they're going to see what things people are looking up. They're going to look up trending search terms. They're going to look up trending videos, trending items. I have never, and they use the results of that to dictate what content to create, because by creating relevant content, it is going to show up on the searches when people search for those terms, videos, events, whatever. I certainly don't do it. I know that for me, I take obvious ones if something means something to me, like PewDiePie's rivalry with T-Series, to make a few videos because I become interested in the subject, or I go, oh my, you know this is live and you can never take this down, right? This is Marion, everybody. So that's what you can do to get ideas for content. I find that, personally, I do it. I don't search it, but I know what's trending and I know what things are relevant, and newsworthy items, which I love addressing from a legal standpoint, like the girl named Absidy, ABCDE. That's not so much trending, but I know people are looking at it. And if it's on Philip DeFranco, you know, that already is going to create an interest in the subject, even if no one knew it existed. And if I can add something novel and insightful and educational to the subject, I will. I'm not just going to go search for Google terms just for the sake of content, but people do it, and I say without judgment, that's how they grow. Did I just see something of the super chat from Whiskey Throttle 13.99? Keep up the fun videos. Buy a dram of scotch the next time you're having a good steak. It seems quite in the fry house. It seems quiet in the fry house. Well, yes, it is quiet. 2 kids are in front of the TV. One, Camila, is at play practice. We have to go to the play. Not just once. I have to go to the play twice. Thank you very much, Whiskey Throttle.
They're getting hungry, so it might not be so quiet.
They're going to come in for food soon. There is a super chat function for everyone who's not aware of it, but I may go back to Patreon because it's an easy way. I can't do it. I made my mind up with Patreon. I may go back to Patreon. We'll see. But yeah, whatever. The merchandising has not been working, but I'm going to make, I think it was Kay McGee that was asking for mugs that say it's the journey. I'm going to try to do it. Dan Seitz. My best friend from high school was Dave Seitz. I just said something public. Oh my God, it's so embarrassing. That's funny. So that name just popped out. Dan Seitz says, just do it. Simply Paris says, thank you for the reply. Helpful advice, my pleasure. What else? What else? Do you ever have ideas and your family adamantly disapproves? Caden. No, I think, Marion, you want to field this one? I did one video that Marion, can I say it?
What are you gonna
absolutely vetoed the Halloween candy.
What Halloween?
A lot of the ones that I get don't get vetoed on, but I get the Halloween candy. Jimmy Kimmel.
You vetoed that.
No, I didn't. No, okay. So I made
you said you didn't want to do it because it's wrong.
No, of course I bet I made the video where I was criticizing Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, that was a bit dark.
Yeah, Marion said it was a bit dark. I looked a bit crazy. It was 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was so frustrated. For everyone who doesn't know, Jimmy Kimmel does this stupid Halloween prank, which is just child abuse as far as I'm concerned, where he gets parents to pretend that they ate their kids' candy. Has everyone seen this? Let's see here. Whatever. Okay, so for those who don't know, Jimmy Kimmel has this bit where he gets parents to trick their kids into thinking that they ate their kids' Halloween candy, and they record the kids' reactions, and then they post it on the internet. So Dan Seitz, I have a family channel that, Dan Seitz says, I have a family channel that focuses often on our daughter's special needs. Pretty hard to use Google Trends. LOL. No, but and this is an interesting thing.
But you'll find your own niche.
You'll find your own niche, and for people who are living through the same life experience that you are, or people who are interested in knowing what that is all about, that's the need. I mean, people are drawn to that, and people are drawn to authentic, informative, educational material. Hold on for 2 things. Okay, Jimmy Kimmel. So I made a video where it was just like a 5-minute rant.
How can you read all
I can multitask. Look at my eyes. Okay, Jimmy Kimmel. I made a 5-minute rant video, and Marion said, "Don't do it." And I woke up the next morning. I said, "It's not, whatever." Anyways, I just did it now. It's child abuse. Hold on one second. The family, Dan Seitz. So there's I follow. I think they're called the Stauffer family, where they have 2 children. They've adopted 2 children, and they document their lives. And well, I have them. I'm subscribed to them. They tell their story, and people are very much drawn to and compelled by it. Okay, so hold on. Let's see. Daniel Siha says, "What are we talking about?" Just joined. Okay, what did we miss, Daniel? Having a YouTube channel and reconciling it with your professional career. Working smart versus working hard in terms of burnout, less content creation in order to build the channel faster. Google trending words in order to see what is trending to create content around that so that you can get popular. That's it. What else? Patreon is a great place to build a community, source topics, and pre-sale merch too. This is from Kay McGee. Do you ever go camping? My partner and I would love to do that in Canada. We love to see. Before, I'm not blaming the kids, but we used to go camping. My wife and I, Marion, when we used to go on trips, we would go for 10 days and stay in a hotel once or twice just to shower and wash the clothes in the sink. We used to go camping all the time, and that's what our summer vacations were. Then when we had kids, we did it a couple times, but not feasible when they're of a certain age. When our youngest is maybe 4, we'll start doing some more camping. But yeah, we love camping.
We went when they were younger.
We went once in Maine. It was amazing. But hold on, who just asked that question? It was Laura. Laura, check out my fishing video. I think it's called My Fish Story, and you'll see some good photos of when we used to go camping. Lizora, brother, says, I've made a few rant videos that I chose not to publish because the next day they felt too difficult. Yeah, the thing is this, like, you make rant videos, and I think I have one rant video that I might, in retrospect, regret either having published or having included certain statements in that I could have otherwise eliminated without alienating or upsetting some of my subscribers, which I'd never intend to do. But that's sometimes what happens is, you know, and you also open yourself up to comparisons or being called a hypocrite or having people go through your life and say, well, look what you did here, and now you've said this here. The rant videos are tricky. They have to be humorous, and if they're not humorous, then they just come off as very negative. And that's not the vibe that I want to give. That's not who I am. So when my rants are not sufficiently humorous, then, you know, I rely on the better judgment of people to say, wait till tomorrow morning and then watch it again. If you feel the same in the morning, post it. Dan Seitz says, after 2.5 years vlogging, I found I always slow my content creation around the holiday, and yet I really need to increase my uploads. It all depends. I mean, it all depends on what the content is like and what your schedule is like. Cademan says, you should do a worth it kind of series. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to do that because it would also just give me a good excuse to buy stupid stuff and then make a video about it, and it's a business expense. Like, I was at the butcher the other day, and they had another Wagyu steak, but I've already done that. But things like that, yeah, I like the worth it ones. I also like the testing out as seen on TV products, and I've had one that we bought a year ago, and I still haven't done the video. James Newland, just keep trying. A few of us are planning a camp trip through the mountains of Colorado next August. Everyone's welcome. I believe they have carnivorous bears out there. Oh, let's see here. Sunny Greenwich says, have you seen the new Osmo Pocket? Very interesting new vlogging. Oh, by the way, this is not a joke, and I'm not saying this just for this live stream. I got the Osmo Mobile 2. I've used it once. I am never going to use it. I've used it once, and it's perfect. I have the content for the video that I was going to do. You know, I still have to do that video, whatever. But I'm going to do a giveaway with that Osmo Mobile 2 because I'm just not using it. It's going to sit on my shelf until the lithium battery goes dead to the point where it doesn't recharge again. So stay tuned for that because I am going to do a video. I just have to figure out what type of meaningful giveaway to do that I can leverage for the most exposure so I can get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of December, which is my target. I'm joking. But, you know, I see the Osmo Mobile 2, but I can't get another gadget. I mean, between the GoPros, in fact, with the GoPro Hero, which one is it? The Hero 7? Is it the Hero 6 or the Hero 7? Whatever, the one with the stabilizing. I don't think I need anything else. 42 watching, 18 thumbs up. Whiskey Throttle, thank you very much. Everyone hit the thumbs. Have I hit the thumbs up? Let me see here. Marion, can you go log in and give me a thumbs up? I would love to see your product reviews. I'll do some product reviews. I have the content for the Osmo 2 mobile. We were in the country, and when I'm going to post it now, it's going to be winter. Everyone's going to know that it's not the Hero 7. So anyways, with the Hero 7, I don't think I need another stabilizing pocket camera. It would be a cool gadget, but not in the market for any more stuff. We got the GoPro 5, 7, the DSLR, my professional photography camera, my iPhone, which has been very good to me lately. By the way, everyone watch tomorrow's video. It's going to be classic. I think DSLR Dave got a sneak peek at it. Hey, DSLR Dave, whet the appetite of everyone who's watching. Did you watch that video? And then, okay.
I watched the video. It's full on crazy.
Marion's in the video. It's funny. Do you ever have burnout from making videos?
But it's the most random.
It's a short video, short and intense. Don't need a gimbal for wide angle anymore. That's true also. Still vlogging with my iPhone 7 Plus and a $19 Walmart. But Dan, this is the reality, and this is part of my video for tomorrow. Your tool ultimately is among the less relevant of the considerations in terms of content creation. It just has to be sufficiently good. It can't look like a potato camera, and the audio has to be audible, and you'll be good. Hold on. How do you and your family typically spend your weekends? Going crazy. This. I'm not complaining. There's no but. This is just the reality of adult life with kids. Weekends are more stressful than weekdays because you can't do anything on the weekends unless your kids are occupied, and it's very difficult to keep 3 kids occupied all weekend. Jeff says, do you ever have burnout from making videos every day? The question is what burnout means. And this is the content also that I have to put together, but burnout means that your output is exceeding your energy to output, or it means that your output is exceeding the value that you personally are getting from your output. I don't get the burnout like that. I get, always being brutally blunt, I get anxiety from making, anxiety from coming up with compelling content that is not artificial. I'll take one. Yes, coffee. Peter McKinnon, where are you? Coffee, look at that, look at that. Oh yeah. Homemade cappuccino machine with Nespresso. I get anxiety from the financial aspect of this. I do wonder if I'm chasing a dream that even if I succeeded attaining the dream, it's still going to be unsustainable. And then in that sense, I'm sort of chasing a losing dream. And from the content creation, the only thing I'm genuinely worried about is that people are watching it saying, this is tired, this is boring, this is old, this is uninsightful, and this is garbage. It hasn't happened yet, I suspect, because I haven't noticed there hasn't been a dip. I haven't had a day that I've been watching Social Blade where my numbers have been in the negative. And I know, and this is superficial, trivial, childish, I know that when I see a red number, I'm going to be devastated for that day. And the burnout or the difficulty for that day is going to be continuing to create after I've had my heart smashed into 1,000 pieces. Jeff, is that good enough? From Tanzania. This is a first, I think. Rikus Delport. Hi from Tanzania. Have you ever been on safari? I've never been on safari. There's a leitmotif of my life. I'm neurotic. I'm nervous. I'm not sure that I would. I'm sure if I went on safari, I would spend the entire time like looking over my shoulder for leopards, for stampeding elephants. I would be in a net for malaria-carrying mosquitoes. I would. It's a weird thing. I have a tremendous amount of fear of life, and some of the way I deal with it is by controlled exposure and by doing things that are maybe stupid or risky or dumb or dangerous, like kayaking down mountains or obstacle course races. But they're the things where I'm still in control of my own fate. Going on a trip like that, I would be leaving myself to the elements. Which
where?
Safari through Africa, I imagine, or Tanzania. Whiskey thought Jeff and Jones. Yes, thank you. Oh God, just finished my coffee. I'll need another one. DSLR Dave. Let me see. My wife got this in Japan. Ooh, that's flavored coffee also. Brought to you by Nespresso. They haven't sponsored me yet. Nespresso, if anybody, maybe I'll tweak this out to Nespresso afterwards. How long have we been doing this for? 35 minutes. Okay, good. Not too long yet. Whiskey Fellow says, I just bought a gimbal for my cell phone. If people will please stop stopping the post office from delivering mail, that would be... Hold on. I just bought a gimbal for my cell phone. If people will please stop. Stopping the post office from delivering mail would be great. Oh, because they're on strike. More important than that, in Quebec, the SAQ, the Société des Alcools de Québec, is on strike, and people are going to start rioting soon. Actually, no. They are. It's a rotating strike. We got hashtag It's Just Fez, wholesome. Hi from Beirut. It's Just Fez. Awesome. Welcome to the chat.
Isn't it just a phase?
It's just a phase. Oh, I thought your name was It's Just Fez. Wait, is your name Fez though, or Faisal? Faisal? It's just a phase. Is it a play on? I always just took for granted that your last name was, or your first name was Faisal, and it was sort of like a play on your name. Yeah, Nespresso is the best. Consistent. It's consistently good coffee that you can make at home. That bulletproof coffee. I got to figure out how to make bulletproof coffee at home now. Much love to you guys. Much love to you guys from Morocco. How do I read your name, Morocco? That's just a series of squares. Thank you. All right, at this moment, maybe, do I go and tweet that we're still live streaming, or whatever. If anybody's going to post on Facebook and say that we're still live streaming, we'll see if we can get more people to join. So what else? Burnout. Schedule. Oh, yeah, and then coming back to the schedule, I may sooner than later be moving to a schedule which might be every other day, partially because this week in particular, it's going to be a bad week where I'm going to actually struggle getting a video out every day because Tuesday, Wednesday, I have in examinations. Thursday, I'm at court. Next week, I have on the 10th, I have a one-day trial, and so it's going to be tough to get the content out on a daily basis. I'm trying to pre-create so that I can have a video ready just to post that day. But or I might just do one of those sort of not ranty, but sort of speaky videos where I'll just talk about an issue, like something from a legal perspective. Those are easy to make because the editing time is minimal. And if it requires stuff that I've already read about, it's all the better.
My homework.
Hasib Shahid, doing my homework from England. Well, okay, it's still early, so you're not past your bedtime yet.
It's pretty late. Right?
Yeah, Nespresso. No, it says 5. England is 5 hours ahead, right? Depending on the daylight savings. Oh, ask everyone to click the share button, Whiskey Throttle says. Is there a share button? Oh, there is a share button right on the bottom, the little arrow that goes up. Does everyone see the cursor? Nobody can see that I've been putting the cursor right on my nose, eh? Now it's on Marion's nose. Now it's in her coffee. Okay. Oh, don't end stream. Oh, there's a share button if everyone hits that. 5:37 here. All right. Awesome. What do we see here? Anything? Ask everyone to click. Okay. FCPX, Final Cut Pro X is iMovie, but more. So yeah, I've been using Final Cut Pro and it's fantastic. The name's Fez, which means winner, pronounced Faez. And it is a play on words because English speakers pronounce it phase. Yep. Okay. That's good. We were both right. High five. Kay McGee says, hey, Marion. 1737 in the UK.
I think because daylight savings
is 5 hours. But it's typically 6 hours. Okay. What else? What else should we talk about, Marion? Does anyone else have any questions? Anything that they've been dying to know?
What should we make for lunch?
It's 12:37. Ugh, you want to see what? There's a time of year where the weather is truly, unpleasant because it's not cold enough. And look at this. Look at that weather out there. Terrible. That's another thing about what our weekends are like with kids. When you can't go outside, you go crazy. We went bowling yesterday. That was fun. Looks the same here in Kansas City. 9:39 for EE. EE, where are you? I think we see a new name.
It's freezing.
It's free. Well, it's just about freezing. So now, can't wait for you guys to get home and get some coffee. Can't wait to get home and get some coffee. You guys are making me jealous. This is Cerebellum. Yep, the coffee. There's nothing worse than bad coffee. I went somewhere and the coffee was so bad. Oh, I volunteered at my kid's school. The coffee was so bad, I sooner went without coffee than having it. All our snow is melted. It's raining. Yep, same thing. We're getting there. Chicago weather. Same thing. That is from Chris Wickless. Shreyas N says, not cold enough. It's not cold enough yet. Tell you, when it's super cold, at least you can have fun. Has everyone seen, I mean, I presume everyone here has seen it, the video where we did the Mpemba effect with the boiling water on a lake? I mean, at least you can have fun when it's super cold. Local Paradise, where are you from, Local Paradise, says, hi, David, how do you balance YouTube and personal life consistently for 2 years? Much love. Oh, I see where you're from now, from Fiji. Awesome. The funny thing is, Marion will field this one for me if it's inaccurate. People around me now sort of know that this is what I do for a certain portion of the day every day. And so some people have gotten used to it. Other people want to be a part of it. And the people who don't like it, I guess I don't see them anymore. I'm joking. Nobody doesn't like it. It's just become a thing. I don't walk around shooting content every day. The really time consuming thing is editing it together, which takes 2 or 3 hours a day. EE says, okay, so hold on a second. I got that question. Local Paradise, I hope that answers it. Why were you on Montreal News? Oh, so this is EE. So I have a friend who is a friend from close to 20 years ago who became a reporter on Breakfast TV. And I've been trying to, I mean, I'm not the best at selling myself, but I've been trying to sort of get a foot in the door or some exposure on local news stations, because I think the story that I have to tell is relatively interesting. And people in Montreal don't even know who I am. I mean, and I don't even in the sense like everyone should know who I am, but my neighbors don't know what I do. People here, for the community that we have.
That's the funniest part. No one in Montreal actually.
Yeah, nobody like it's not a big community here, and there's not a lot of content creators, and it's not like there's celebrities for the ones that are even big, but nobody in my own city knows what I do, and it's stuff that celebrates our beautiful city. So
hey, it's Anna.
Oh, we know Anna. Anna's been in a couple of videos. So I tweeted her. I messaged her for a while, and then she says, "Yeah, let's do something, and let's give us like an idea of what you'd want to do." So that's where I made that video that had the Law and Order theme intro, and it said my local pitch to a news station, and they liked it. So they said, "Come on, 2 days ago, tell your story." And I'm going to go back on December 15th to talk about Christmas gifts for dads. And now that I have my GoPro and my drone back, proper number 12. If anybody wants a cameo or the biggest of shout outs, that I suspect they might have to be people from the UK or America who have access. If anybody were to be able to procure a bottle of proper number 12, Conor McGregor's whiskey, I've had an idea for a video that I've wanted to do since I saw his press conference where he announced the whiskey, but I can't find the whiskey. They didn't have it in California. They didn't have it they don't have it in Quebec. I don't think they have it in Ontario anymore.
I don't think they ever had it in Canada.
I think they have it in Ontario, but you have to go to the right stores. I don't think he can sell it in Quebec because I don't think it has a label that would be acceptable for our French language laws.
I'm pretty sure it has not made it to Canada.
We'll see. I think it has. If anybody has access to proper number 12,
I looked into it.
My P.O. box. Oh.
I didn't get it. It doesn't exist.
And my P.O. box is on my on my YouTube channel. It's been snowing in Alberta finally. Why you're on Montreal News? Okay, so we got to that. So I'm going to be back on breakfast television on December 15th, which is another thing that I have to work around because it's going to be examinations are time consuming. Yeah, December 15th. I'll double check the date. How do you get ideas for videos? Are you scared of getting scooped if you discuss your ideas with others? There are only a couple of ideas that I keep for myself until I can get them done. The other stuff, I mean, the ideas are not always novel. They're just delivered with personality.
I'm scared of being scooped because as soon as you have an idea, he does crazy things. Like
as soon as I
writes it down and emails it to himself.
Oh, and also I have to get the video out before being neurotic, before I die. Like if I have a video and it's like going to be a viral video, what happens if something happens and I never get it published? I have a winter ice fishing idea, which is going to be genius. I've got a tooth pull idea that I've had in my back pocket for 6 months because no kids in this house are losing teeth. I've been asking friends. Yeah, she's got a loose tooth now, but it's like I've been asking my kids' friends if they have loose teeth. I've become like the joke at school where I go to school and I ask the kids if they have any loose teeth.
I think people are worried. They see you.
So some of the ideas I'm nervous, not in a nervous sense, but like nobody could do them even if I told them the idea. Others, one of the ideas other people could do, and I want to get it out there first, and not because it's like shocking or radical, just because it's so creative and innovative. And it has to work. Sometimes I get the idea, I shoot the video, and it doesn't work. What was the one that I just did that didn't actually work? And then we had to try it again. Oh, making juicing fruits and then dehydrating the leftover pulp to make like chews out of the leftover pulp. There, I just divulged the idea. The content didn't work, so I have to do it again.
Which is really good.
Wasn't very good. And I did. We did Dear Ossobuco, which I think is good. I'll have to make that content. How do you get ideas? Are you scared? Okay, we got that one. Hey, oh gosh, I just lost it. Hey, I'm from. What are the basics? Hey, I'm from Montreal, and I love you. Extra spicy, please. We're going to do a meetup in Montreal. Maybe we do a meetup before the end of the year. Or maybe we do a 2019 meetup. We'll do something. We're going to do a meetup somewhere. Just maybe at like the Snowden Delicatessen. They'll give us the room for the breakfast and people can come and get some bagel logs and cream. What are the basics regarding copyright? What music can you play? And I see many YouTubers are using other YouTubers in their videos. How does that work? The very basics, Kira, is if you put music that doesn't belong to you in your video, expect it to get claimed by the copyright holder, period. You can Google music that's part of the public domain and specifically make sure to include only public domain music. And it's generally like super old music that's older than 80 years. But if you use copyrighted music, like my daughter put up a video. If everyone hasn't checked out my daughter's channel, it's called Mila's Madness. And she did a video where we went to the Santa Monica Pier and did the rides. That's another batch of content I haven't edited together yet. But she did that, and she used a song by The Folds, F-O-A-L-S, if anyone's ever heard of them, called Black Gold, I think. And I said, look, the music's great, but just your video is going to get claimed. It's not a big deal because you're not in it for the AdSense, but it's not. It won't get struck and you won't get taken down. They're just going to claim the views. So any copyrighted music, any pop music, you're going to get claimed. Period. You can use the public domain music on iMovie without a problem. Although Instagram still has the routine of claiming it and saying this is copyrighted music. I every time oppose it and say this is public domain, and I've never had an issue. They put the audio back up. People including clips of other people's videos. This is sort of getting back to the Article 13, which I made a video on. I'm going to do a follow-up on, but it's always a question, and you're always treading the line. If you use a bit of somebody else's video, at what point does it become copyright infringement? At what point do they get to claim it? If it's fair use versus not fair use, you have to use the minimum amount necessary. Incidentally, Akira, I made a video on this, so go check it out in my law vlogs. But you're always treading that line, and you're always risking it if you use other people's content, even for commentary or fair use purposes. So I do it rarely, which is why even when I make a reaction video or an analysis video, I don't include usually segments of the videos. And if I do, I sort of just accept that I may get claimed, or it may get claimed, and I won't be able to get the AdSense from it. But I don't live off the AdSense. Could you reach out? Whiskey Fellow says, hello, could you reach out to some of your subs who do whiskey? Like right now? Who's into whiskey? Do you watch boxing? If yes, watch the Fury versus Wilder fight. I watch Hasib. This is Hasib Shahid. I watch boxing, but I'm much more of an MMA fan because I find boxing boring, or more boring. GoPro under the ice. Oh, I already did that one. If anyone hasn't seen that, this is like back in the day where I was making videos without knowing what I was doing or where I was going. I hacked a hole in the ice with an axe, lowered my GoPro on a stick into the water, and a trout swam up to it. I don't know what search terms you'd have to put in to do it, to look at it, but it was just beautiful. I only knew that a trout swam up to the camera when I went back up to look at the footage. I think I called the video GoPro Under the Ice Surprise, something like that. Pour ceux qui... OK, ça c'est... qui est de son goût propre numéro 3 est dite audacieux, complexe et sophistiqué, mais lisse et accessible avec des notes vanille, de miel et de bois grillé. So that's this. For those of you who are interested, proper number 12 is audacious, complex and sophisticated, but smooth and accessible with notes of vanilla, honey, and grilled wood or smoky wood, I presume it means. Okay, did I miss anybody's question? Similar question regarding copyright. I play classic rock cover band. Do I have to worry about getting dinged? There are specific rules on YouTube to doing covers. I wouldn't venture into what they are now. There are specific rules about exemptions. When you do a cover, they get a percentage or a portion of the royalties when you cover a song if you are republishing it. But don't quote me on that. Look it up for yourself. But yeah, it's still a risk, because it's one thing to do a cover on the street, but if you start publishing your covers, that's when you start running into covering someone else's song. Hi, Viva. I'm in Texas. I love your videos. Have you ever traveled to Texas? Robin Kelly, no. I would love to go to Texas because I know there's great fishing in Texas. But one day, we were close. I was going to drive to Texas when we were in California. Then I looked up how far the drive was. Not anywhere near as close as I thought it was. Oh, then we got Eloco12. Thanks for the boat fixing tips. Yeah, so Eloco, I think you're the same person who said he had been on the channel for a while and then was Googling how to fix or repair, I presume, an inflatable boat. Got to one of my how-tos from a while back and said, "Oh my God, I know that guy." And that was the one where it was a hack about spraying bubbly stuff, soap, on an inflatable tube to see where the air is leaking from because it causes a bubble to rise. Who's whiskey? I'm into third glass. Hello, everyone. Ajo. Ajo is done into his third glass. It's barely 1 o'clock. Yeah, the restaurant review was fun. I mean, it was good. The only problem is, like, I would feel bad where I would not publish a negative review of a restaurant. I would not be motivated by money to do a positive review if it's a bad review. But even when a restaurant is bad, I would feel very bad publishing a negative review because that is somebody's business, that's somebody's livelihood, that's somebody's blood, sweat, and tears. And it's very easy, like they said in the movie Ratatouille, it's very easy to be critical of other people's work. And you can have a bad time and tell them privately. But I believe in the motto, criticize privately, compliment publicly, or compliment publicly, criticize privately. So the problem is with that, I think people would begin to doubt my sincerity because they would probably only see positive reviews, crushing someone and potentially hurting their business publicly for no better reason than a video. What are your thoughts on the riots in France over rising oil prices? Dwight Schrute. Well, this is getting borderline political, but it's crazy. The personal belief is it's not just related to the tax prices. It's crazy. I mean, there's only so much you can tax people before they revolt. I mean, it's like a Tea Party type revolution where if nobody's seen the video where we went to Boston and we did that they are taxing the citizens so that they can support, let's say wars, let's say public policy, so they can support policy the people who are being taxed are not necessarily in favor of. And there's only so much you can tax people before they get crushed. It's crazy. But I lived in France for a year in 1999 to 2000. They had what they called manifestations, which are protests. Every Saturday I lived, for anybody who knows Paris, I lived right in front of the Luxembourg Garden, le Jardin Luxembourg on Saint-Michel, Boulevard Saint-Michel, or as they call it, Boulmiche. Come on down. We will take you to the fish for catfish. Yeah, Robin Kelly. Catfish, for anyone who doesn't know, monster catfish in Texas, monster alligator gar, monster, like 200-pounders. Crazy. And they live in like every swamp water you see. Monster bass. We got Want to Change. Hello, I'm Victor. I'm from Russia. Victor, welcome. Awesome. Come on down. Yeah, so that one day for sure. What else? Maybe I'll finish the coffee and then we can call it quits on this live stream. Does everyone like the idea of doing a weekly live stream instead of just another video for the day? I can get into this habit. It's nice. It's fun. I like actually live interactions with people, and with all of you. It's a little more personal than just responding to comments in the comment section, which I do obsessively. Okay, what do you say? Let's see here. We got hello, I'm Victor. Kyle Sheminar. I don't think I've seen you today, Kyle. He says yes. Okay, so let's do it. I just want to pick a time. Have you thought about adding an Ethan tantrum counter for your videos? No, you see, that's where going back to having not wanting to compromise my morals. The kids. I think we've had some incidents where I cannot eliminate the tantrum from the scene or from the video, but I would not want to make fun of the kids throwing tantrums because adults throw tantrums. I mean, I wouldn't want anyone making a montage of me at my most irritated or at my most irritable or at my worst. So no. Live is fun. Love the live. Okay, awesome. Live stream is good. Good idea about the live per week. That looks good. Jeff from Juno says, I like the live stream. They're in the country place where my mother-in-law lives. Wi-Fi here is terrible. I think you should make the family kids channel and do content for kids. What do you think? Well, that's funny. So this is Jacob's show. When I went to the Cleveland YouTube conference, I met this guy named, his channel's called 2 million subscribers in a year, maybe a year and a half. 1.5 million in a year, and now he's up to 2 million. He does force my kids to do these things. They'll do it when they want to do it. But if I had something strictly dedicated to that, it might become more tedious and participation wouldn't be voluntary or even enjoyable necessarily. So that's why then my channel has to be all over the place. The one thing I might do is just get more targeted on the law stuff, because I don't know why I get bored. Let's see here, dude with Google Hangout weekly live. Yeah, okay, I can check the medium. This is Nick Fam TV. Nick, how you doing? Just said that out loud. That's crazy. Dwight Shoots says, thanks for answering. Question also, easy transition to start vlogging your personal life on a daily basis. Yeah, I try not to do the stuff like walk around. I'm going to go to the dentist. I'm going grocery shopping. I try to have something novel or unique if it's going to be like my personal life blog. And if it's a video, no problem coming up with ideas for videos. Ajo says, Frozen? Oh, in Ireland. I'd love to go to Ireland. I mean, we went to Ireland 10 years ago with my father-in-law, and we went to Scotland. It was the best trip ever. Are you going to archive the live stream for those of who missed it? Yes. So this is Shanice BFF. Who's your BFF? I keep all the live streams up. I have a playlist for the live streams, so you can go watch them. And as I said at the intro to this, I just got a batch of thumbnails from DSLR Dave, so that my live streams now, instead of having this punum just like this, has an actual beautiful, beautiful thumbnail. Nick Pham says, sorry, I'm losing you this time of day. It may be hard to get good Wi-Fi to do a live. Yep. I'm going to have to keep that comment up. Okay, so Viva, do you like the idea of hosting a TV show, maybe a cooking segment? Several people have commented on Montreal Breakfast. They'd love to see you there more often. I think the market is just too saturated for that. I would love to host a cooking show. Come here, sit up here. Oh, I would love to host my own show. It would be, I would love to host an interview show. You are live right now. Everyone can see what you're doing. I would love to do an interview show, like have a YouTube talk show. But the difficulty is I don't like interviews via Skype. I like to be in front of the person, but from force of habit from examinations in law. And I would have to find or be able to get to, but I would love it. I think I would be a good fit for my personality. He looks cool beans, thanks. Okay, so what do you say? We're going to wind this one up. It's been 58 minutes, and participation is dwindling. Okay, everyone's good? Any last questions we have? Let's just say we have 1 minute, the 60-second final countdown for any questions I didn't get to. And I'm just going to... Yeah, and it's also going to get noisy in here in about seconds. Your video is getting a little too choppy. We'll get closer to the modem. Oh, yeah, Mike. Okay. Have a great day. Yeah, so that's it. I'm back to the modem. People, peace out. Nice to see you again. We'll do this again next week. Whiskey Throttle said he's going to work on getting me a proper 12. Whiskey, if you can do that. Eternal gratitude. Stay tuned for some videos, and any updates, I'll make a video announcing the updates. Yeah, I'm just going to sit down here. And 13 seconds, 12 seconds. Peace out, people. Barney, you want to say goodbye? He says goodbye. All right. End stream. Now. Nick Pham, $20. Thank you very much, Nick Pham. And thank you. Whiskey. Oh, God. Thank you, everybody. Okay. Thank you very much. And we're ending it. Peace. And you're all going to hear my voice while I scroll over to end the stream now.